Hello, I am back. I just recorded a video that I was muted the whole time. So I'm back and I'm doing it again. My name is Crystal Turner. I go by the spiritual psych MP because I like to look at wellness and wholeness from a whole perspective. And this is dealing with more of the spiritual dynamics of healing that I have embraced in my life that I share here on this channel. So, I am talking about astrology today. I love astrology. It's been such a big part of my own healing. And I'm talking about Capricorn and Cancer explained, um, how these sister signs heal each other. So, Capricorn and Cancer explained how these sister signs heal each other. I really love astrology because I see astrology as being a very unique to everyone. As unique as your fingerprint is the same as the uniqueness of astrology for you. Astrology for me is about energy. All of these placements, all of the archetypes of the zodiac that we talk about, all of the planets, it's really coming down to energy. And so when we are born at the moment and the place that we were born in that moment is like a fingerprint of your energy for your life. And it really impacts how you move through this life. So to be able to understand that energy is going to be to a benefit because it helps you to navigate situations easier. It doesn't take our experiences away, but we become in our experiences in a different way, more understanding. And the more understanding we have, the better outcomes we tend to have. So, talking about Capricorn and Cancer energy, the reason I'm talking about Capricorn is because we are in the season of Capricorn at the time of this video. And I'm going to honor Capricorn from that. And the reason I'm talking about Cancer is because something I've learned watching and studying from Sister Myra is that it's more than just talking about one particular sign. Right now, I'm talking about the sun signs. It's more than just about that particular sign. It's more about the opposites, the sign and its opposite. So there's an axis, and Capricorn's axis is to Cancer. The two are on an axis, they're opposites of one another. And it's important to know that because they can benefit each other when we talk about the balance of the two and how you experience life, particularly if you have a sun sign in Capricorn or Cancer. It's going to be beneficial. But do keep in mind that when we talk about these archetypes of the zodiac, Cancer, Capricorn, somewhere in your birth chart, you have all of these energies. So it's not just about the sun sign. If you are someone who identifies as Capricorn, more than likely it's because your sun is in Capricorn. And so that's what we've grown up always hearing is based on what our sun sign line was laying in. But in my chart, even though I'm not a Capricorn, I have Capricorn energy somewhere in my chart being impacted by a different planet, not by the sun. And so this is important to understand because then we can see how when I talk about Capricorn energy, when I talk about Cancer energy, if you have your birth chart, you can look to see within your birth chart where that energy is, and how that energy does impact you in that area of your life. So it still becomes relevant. Now, let's talk about this. When we talk about Cancer and Capricorn, we're going to talk about each one a little bit so that you can understand the more developed parts of these particular zodiac signs and the more underdeveloped portions of them. So, when we talk about Capricorn, Capricorn is an earth sign. It is thought of as the builder. It builds. It is about the physical, this earth sign being grounded, being on this earth that we are able to feel, touch, and see. And it is grounding energy. It is more about being the builder to bring things into the physical, to build and bring it into the physical. And about Capricorn energy, what is it that Capricorn really wants? Capricorn does these things as create structure. Planned is structured, it's organized, it has boundaries, it is diligent, it is focused because it ultimately wants to master what it is that it is building. It's doing all those things because it wants to master a thing. So, something about a person who has Capricorn energy in their sun is they're more than likely very serious about the things that they want to get done, and they are going to get those things done. Those are the high expressions of Capricorn, some of them. Now, the lower expression, because we don't talk about good or bad, but it's just an underdeveloped portion that a person could be experiencing. And with Capricorn, when it's underdeveloped, it is more pessimistic. It may have a more negative view in its underdeveloped stage. It can see only what's in front of it, only see what's happening right there, and can't think beyond or get inspired by something outside of what it sees per se. And so, because of that, it can be pessimistic. It can be so hardworking that it exhausts itself. It can be it can be kind of critical, or it could be kind of critical, kind of stubborn at its lower forms. So, thinking about Capricorn in this way. Now, when we talk about its opposite, Cancer, Cancer is a water sign. Cancer is about emotions. And when Cancer is at its higher nature, it is nurturing, its emotions are balanced, it is connecting, it is connected to what it comes from, it's rooted, um, and it's caring. But when it's at a point of its more underdeveloped self, or in the underdeveloped energy, Cancer could be a bit manipulative. It can internalize their situations, and really internalize the things that it experiences. It can be over giving to a point of exhaustion. So it's also mother energy. It's ruled by the moon, whereas Capricorn is father energy, is ruled by Saturn. So let's think about how can the two of these energies help each other. So if you're a Capricorn, for example, in your sun, if your sun is in Capricorn, how can Cancer help Capricorn? It can help it by thinking about Capricorn. Capricorn can be very much hardworking, nonstop, to the point of exhaustion, trying to get to a place so hard that it can become pessimistic. How can Cancer help that? Cancer can help that by bringing in a level of nurturance, a nurturance to self after you've done all this hard, diligent work, after all of this climbing. It can be a nurturer. It can be something that comes along and helps you to remind you what you come from, your connections, what you're rooted from, where your roots come from. It can be that energy that helps you to connect back with your support, which could be your family. It can help you to be connected back to your ancestors, to understand the benefits of connecting with what they were and who they were, to give you inspiration to continue the building that you are trying to build. How can Capricorn help support Cancer? Well, we know that Cancer can be emotional, it can be loving, it can be nurturing, but if it's too emotional, it can lack saying no, it can lack how it gives. And to have Capricorn energy, Capricorn is going to help with giving boundaries. It's going to help with creating some structure in how much you're giving and allowing yourself to also receive, to be able to be nurtured as well, because you've set up the structural guidelines on how you're going to allow yourself to be treated. So the two can bounce back off of each other. The two are It's very important to have the two. It's said in Studying Under Sister Myra, her speaking about how if you are a sun sign Capricorn, then that's your physical half. And then Cancer, being your opposite, is going to be the spiritual half. So when you've done all that you can in the physical half, the physical realm, then you bring on that spiritual part of what Cancer can do for you to help you to be complete and to be whole. And it's vice versa. So this energy is there to, give you a full experience when we talk about balancing the two, to give a full experience that can then help you to experience life in a more holistic way, as opposed to just this one isolated part of you. And in fact, when we think about astrology and your birth chart, we do want to look at all of the parts of you, all of your charts, and understand where all of these energies may lie within you and how that's going to impact and how that helps you move through those certain areas. It's a very powerful science that I've found to be very helpful to my life, and I want to share that with you. So, if any of this resonates with you, if you're a Cancer or you're a Capricorn and this feels like it makes sense to you, put a heart in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.